Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Shad. This is another episode of The Zoo Report. So, this one is titled Unemployed. Unemployed. Just a little... I've actually been here before, unemployed. A lot of people have, being unemployed. Homeless, even. Not a care in the world. Well, actually, you care deeply about everything when you've got nothing. No, unemployed. As pertains to shift, imagine, picture if you will, a day when your job is no longer there. Your job shuts down, as all jobs would shut down. Most jobs would shut down. Or you would have, this is what happened in the 20s and 30s, the Great Depression, is people would hire, these corporations would hire people for little less than nothing. You get a cent a day. Congratulations. If you save up for 2 years, you can get a loaf of bread. Or you work for room and board. You get to live in the factory or something. Because you can't drive, right? There's going to be places like that just, okay, we'll keep our doors open. We're still making product. Somebody's buying it. Yeah, we're not, it's the Great Depression, it's the Great Recession, whatever the case may be. The shit has hit the fan, and there's no rule of law. So corporations will be the rule of law. I believe that. They already control most of our lives. If you work for a corporation, you got policies and procedures that you must follow on and off the job. Damn, really? They find out you made a harassing, a bad post or tweet about their job. How you bitch and gripe and moan and complain about, I don't know, your pay, whatever the case may be, at your job site. Chances are they'd fucking fire your ass. I've faced that before. Like, hey, you need to give us access to your social media. And I was like, no, kick rocks. Oh, we have our ways. I bet you do. Anyway, unemployment. If you were unemployed, forced to be unemployed, along with millions of other people in shift, in a situation where that's it, nobody's got a job. What would you do? Now, hopefully you prepped for that day. And I'm going worst case scenario. I'm thinking financial collapse. I'm thinking there's no money there. It's $10,000 for a loaf of bread kind of shit. It's a very feasible. It has happened to us in the United States and other countries. It has happened. And it is actually happening right now. This motherfucker's doing 45 and a 65. What the fuck? Dude. I gotta go. Make it home safe, man. Make it home safe. I think he's on the phone cussing somebody out. I don't know. Anyway. If you were in the city, it'd be rough. No job in the city. unemployed. You're lucky if you have a place to live. If your landlord is, I mean, you know, what's he gonna do? Kick you out? Yeah, he might. He might kick you out. Or he might say, look, ain't nobody have money. Go ahead and stay here anyway. Fuck it. Or maybe you live off an IOU. He says, yeah, just IOU it. Nobody's got a job. You know, it's this is bad. This is very, very bad. You know, he don't even have money. Banks they can't take land. Landlords can't keep people out. It's just, maybe they do. You're living on the streets. Worst case scenario, you're living on the streets, you're squatting, you're homeless, you're living in the sewers, you've got a cardboard condominium under the overpass with, you know, 200 other people. I don't know, an apartment prepper would fare rather well, a lot better. You could probably barter and trade with the landlord. Like, hey, let me stay here. Come over for dinner every night. I'll feed you. Oh, okay. Right? Some shit like that. Still gotta worry about security and all that, you know, especially in the city. Damn, everybody's gonna be wanting your shit. No job. Unemployment. I would try to be out of there as quickly as possible. That would be my course of action, is get the hell out of the city. Of course, you gotta have a place to go, right? You know, preferably somebody with land. People that have land, the banks, you know, the bank is not gonna foreclose right away. You know, whatever a case may be, you know, even if they do foreclose, who are they gonna send to kick you off your land? I mean, you know, like Hudson Valley and Prepping Mike said, if nobody's coming to help you, if nobody's coming to save you, nobody's coming to stop you. So that's kind of like what I'm looking at. Like, there's just WROL, you know, everything's collapsed, no money, nothing. Right? This motherfucker. If you had land, it'd be a lot better. You can grow crops. You can do some husbandry, have some chickens, some cows, some pigs, whatever, goats, whatever. You can provide for your family and try to, you know, and actually kind of like, you know, make a living off the land. You know, sell things off, sell eggs, right? You know, for things that you need. So landowners would do a lot better than a city dweller. City dweller, man, you're basically at the mercy of whoever gives you mercy. I mean, damn, that's a hard pill to swallow. Really, it really would. It's a heat wave. It's currently 75 degrees here in Northeast Ohio. So I think about that, you know. I think about if you were able to get somewhere, set up shop somewhere, grow some crops, maybe even hunt, fish for your living. That'd be awesome. I think people would be the biggest problem, though. They're always going to want when you have beggars, and people with homesteads, people with land are going to be, target 101. Target number one. They got food here. Let's go hit the farmers up. Let's go take a cow. Let's go, whatever. But hey, farmers, they can't take their stuff to the market. They're going to have a very skeleton herd or crop. They can't maintain it, so they're gonna be struggling like everybody else. Farmers would be maybe a little bit better. They could possibly do more and hire people. Hey, work this land. I give you food. Whatever. We'll work for food, right? That's we have this society where it's this monetary value. We assign. That's what we do. We find a job. We go to work. We get paid this thing called money, and we go to a grocery store, or we order shit offline, or a delivery person, right? And we get food. And it's grown somewhere. It's a whole big ass, economic system that if there's no money, if it all crashes, money is useless. All these systems just go by the wayside, do they? I don't know. I mean, I guess a majority of them would. What do you do, right? At financial collapse, everybody's unemployed. Even the government, right? I mean, maybe they got some food. Maybe the military keeps going. I doubt it, though. I mean, the Great Depression was pretty bad. Millionaires to paupers overnight. And it took years, right? They say this whole thing has taken years. But I also think about if you got a place to live, you've got a place. If you have your shelter secured, right? You're secure in your shelter. You're secure in land. You get to do what you want. You get to sleep in. Maybe it's raining that day, so you don't tend to the garden. I'm sure there's still a lot of things to do. There's always something to do. Always. There's always something to do. If you're working the land, there's always something to do. But you get to pick and choose, or situation dictates what you do. You still got to provide. You still got to think about security. You still got to think about natural disasters. There's no meteorologist, so now you're just kind of stuck out there going, guessing at the weather. I don't know. It looks like rain. No, it's a hurricane. Oh, fuck. Didn't know that. So all the systems and all the jobs, especially like service stuff, weatherman's going to be out. Maybe there's some kind of dedicated individual that continues to, do the weather. Maybe there's some kind of program that, maybe NOAA's still there. I don't know. Maybe. Do you have a ways and means to get that communique? Get that intel? Being unemployed, you'd have a lot of free time on your hands. And it could be detrimental to you. If you're sitting around moping, going, I have no food, wasting away here, I don't know what to do. I think a majority of people are going to do that. Desperation's going to set in. People are going to, do anything and everything they possibly can on their own, because our society is made that way. It's made to produce the lone wolf. Majority of people lone wolves. You know? That's why studio apartments are so popular. Because nobody wants to live together. Nobody wants to have roommates. Nobody likes their family, right? For whatever reason. You're taught in school that's what you got to do. You got to go out. You got to, get a job and possibly raise a family, but not so much. Actually, it's relativism. Do what you want day. Be a homosexual, be a furry, be a trone, be a tranny. Don't breed. It's much easier on your own. But then when shit happens, shit hits the fan, there's nobody. So you've alienated yourself. There's a family, there's some friends. Your friends are gonna be like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. I got 6 cans of Beanie Weenies. I got a freezer full of chicken tenders, and they're thawing out right now because there's no power. And I got no way to cook them, so we're eating them raw. I mean, idiocracy is going to absolutely be the norm of the day, I think. Or community, rebuilding a community. I would like to see that. All those lone wolf guys and gals out there that say, you know what? We need to help each other. Okay, do it. Do it. I can see that. A whole street saying, we got to help each other. Instead of like, hey, I like your big screen TV. Even though there's no power. Vice and grift is going to be everywhere. Everybody's going to want to forget their troubles. They'll do anything to get that money for that bar, that bottle of liquor or crack or cocaine, marijuana, LSD. I mean, vice and grift, man. Prostitution went sky high. It rocketed. You had housewives that would just, actually they did it mostly during the wars. When husband's away, the wives would play. Times were hard. They'd screw in a red light on their porch, and you just drive around and see, hey, look, a red light on the porch. There you go. That's mama paying the bills. Oldest profession, right? And you're definitely going to see a lot of people that just take to the land and start stripping it clean. It's going to happen. Orchards are going to be stripped clean. Your land, your public lands will be hunted out. Your rivers and lakes and streams will be hunted, will be fished out. People will figure it out. Like, hey, we just got to get some fish. Let's go. No limit. Catch them all. Being unemployed, it would be so liberating. But it's how we used to live. We would have to resort back 100 years before the Industrial Revolution, where everybody was tied to a farm or something of that nature. Farm commerce, we did something. I could see that. That would be the hope. Find the Amish. Hey, plow your field. Give me Give me a hindquarter. Give me a meal, 1 meal a day. I'll plow your field. I'll raise your barn. So yeah, goods and services. Now, yeah, you're going to get a lot of people that do the scam. Because I think that's the moral. The morals of today, you know, if you can cheat, you can cheat, right? If you can scam. If you can, you know, scam somebody out of something, do it. I think they would. Chickens. Free range yard chickens. Stay out of the road. I'm seeing a lot of that. Chickens running around the yard. No fence. Right next to the road. I remember one time I was running through the road, the byways, the back roads, and they were like a flock of chickens in the middle of the road. They see me coming, they just, boom, they scooted right back into the yard. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, being unemployed, it would be so liberating, but so hard. It's like I said, you'd have to live like we did 100 years ago. Off the land, by your own sweat and brow, making a living out of the land. And you know what? There's people that are doing it already. That's been their lifestyle for years, for decades. Yet here we are stuck in these high density population metropolitan areas, running this rat race, buying and selling things, offering our services to the highest bidder, working for corporations and companies that just see a number of production. There might be some type of loyalty to you because you're such a good worker. But at the end of the day, you're just a number, and you can be laid off quickly. Drop of a hat. Especially if there's no more money. Especially if there's no more oil. This recession turns into a depression. Then what? You got no job. Your job ain't got no job. You work at a plant making stuff. Nobody's buying that because nobody's got money. Plant's got to shut down. Or they retool for something else. Filing bankruptcy everywhere. Getting bought up by foreign entities and other corporations. Pennies on the dollar. Knowing that the economy will come back at some point. Betting that the economy will come back. I guess it does. I guess it resets. Like I said before, we're all propped up here. We have a very propped up economy. Remember the too big to fail bailouts? Another slowdown. All right. A little traffic jam. All right. So being unemployed, I think it would be a harsh transition. There's a lot of people that are ready. I'm ready. Let's go. No more work? Oh, man. That means I am not... That means that I am no longer dedicating my efforts, my skills, my time, my energy, my life to somebody else. I'm dedicating it to myself and my family and friends. think it would be a very liberating time. It'd be a harsh time, sure. Hard times make hard men. Hard men make soft times. Hard times make hard men. You know the thing. You know the thing. My butt's been wiped. I love that saying. My favorite presidential quote. But it would have to be so big that it'd have to be worldwide. I don't know. Would we get like invaded by Cuba or Mexico? Maybe the Canadians start invading us. I mean, they could be hurting too. If the United States falls like that, man, the rest of the world falls. Even it's going to hurt China and Russia too. But they're all already kind of betting on it to happen anyway, if not trying to facilitate it. Everybody knows the gig is going to be up eventually. You just don't know when. Everything just keeps getting propped up. That is the truth of our economy, of our world economy, because of the system that they've chosen to use and to force us to use. So a hard reset, I think would be a great thing, actually. We got us a wreck. Oh, man. I'm stuck. That's cool, bro. What you gotta do? Anyway. Trying to pass me? No, you're not trying to pass me. I hope you're trying to go up. You ain't going right. Anyway, unemployment. A mass unemployment event, I would be okay with it. Most of you preppers would be okay with it. We would be okay with it. Most of you landowners would figure that shit out. Be like, okay, let's go. Let's start a garden. Let's get some chickens. Yeah. Hell, most of them are doing that anyway. Let's hunt this land. Fish this pond. Right? Man. I remember like spending a lot of time when I was in South Carolina on the beach. Like, man, if I was, and I talked to people that were homeless. I talked to people that made a living off the ocean. And it's like, yeah, it's bountiful, it's plentiful, but it's hard. Sometimes it's easy. You put a hook in the water and something comes out of the water, something you can eat or sell. You live right there. You live, whatever. Sure, you got to deal with hurricanes, things like that. You still have to deal with marauders, shit like that. But you could live great. Live on a boat. That was one of my ideas there. To get a houseboat and a motorcycle. And there you go. I dock this thing anywhere. Pull in the dock. Get on my motorcycle. Go to and from work. Come back and live on my houseboat. You see that happen? I've seen some pretty cool setups. Houseboats, catamarans, large catamarans. Damn, that's badass. Sailboats. get around. Yeah, think about what you would do if you were unemployed, no job in sight. There's nothing. I think a lot of people would self-delete. Heard about that with the market crash. A lot of people taking swan dives off the Empire State Building, you know, like they all work for Wall Street. Oh no, I'm getting the foreclosure letter. What do I do? Kids can't eat. Got no food to eat. Got no money. Got no job. I mean, it would be bad. It would be very bad at first. And then when all the, you know, civil unrest happens, burns out, I think eventually, you know, the survivors, those who were smart, those who were witty, those who had already prepared, and those who were willing to change and evolve will do okay. And we'll get back to this hardy, rugged American, which is where we come from. Imagine getting in your, you know, you get a horse, you get a carriage, loaded down with provisions. You and the family take off into the woods, into the wilderness, find some good fertile land, start cutting down trees, making log cabins. You're growing crops. You're planting seeds. You're finding, you're getting a cow, a pig, a chicken, right? Just need two to start the whole thing. Build empire. Gas is $4.89. Ouch. I need gas. I will totally need gas. Tomorrow. That's a tomorrow. That's a tomorrow problem. And you know that's the thing too. A lot of people in this society, this disposable society, this convenience is everything society, that's a tomorrow problem. My problem today is getting to work, getting there on time, trying not to work as hard, making sure that my Facebook posts are getting all the likes that I want, getting that dopamine rush, checking my phone every 5 seconds. Gotta make sure that's paid. Go ahead there, convertible. I'm chilling. Yeah, no job. Economic crash. Boom! Bottom falls out. Money is now worthless. No jobs to be had anywhere. You know, a lot of people that have been planning for this day financially, they're going to do rather well because everything is going to be, especially like land, homes, they're going to be dirt fucking cheap. If you got money saved up, whatever, and you've got food, water, you've got everything you need. And you can go ahead and buy that dream house. If you can, I mean, you know, if there is commerce, if there is a market, right? Nobody's got a job. I think realtors and lawyers will always have jobs. Will always have a job. $4.79. Okay. It's probably getting gas then. Cheapest I found. Smell that fresh cut grass. I think at first I would sleep in. Oh man. That'd be great. Sleep in. My bags are already packed. My vehicles are already gassed up. My guns are already loaded. I'd sleep in, wake up, have a nice cup of coffee, look out the window, as I watch the world burn, drink my coffee, pew pew in hand. Wait for it to all die down. Load up the truck and leave. I'm out of here. See y'all later. Blast anybody gets in my way. Hope there's not any checkpoints. Those come later, I think. The highwayman, stand and deliver. Yeah, no jobs. That would definitely be a shift moment. And like I said, if United States goes like that, the rest of the world is sure to follow. If not, have already done so. I think we would be the last ones to fall. But if it did succeed in a financial collapse here in America, that would be the domino effect for the rest of the world. Talk about a great reset. That's what they want to do. They want to destroy the world so they can rule over the ashes, basically. Crisis solution. So yeah, something to think about. Unemployment. This has been Mad Shad. Encouraging all to continue to train, to continue to prep. As we all know, it's a mad, mad world out there. Skull.